So, race before the National. We're out here at the Pro-Am at Brush. I've won this race before, but it's been a while. So, not expecting big things. The track is super muddy, and I've decided to skip practice because of how muddy it is. It's gonna be bad. So we'll see how the motos go. I'm signed up in 25A and then 450A. I'm not gonna race Open Pro because it's Moto 22. And I kind of want to get out of here at a reasonable time, so we'll see. I've got 4 motos as opposed to 6, and I've got my mechanic that I'm taking to the National. We've got some new Pirellis that he's going to put on. So the one mod I did to my bike, because I know I've been bitching about not doing any mods, is took out the backfire screen. In the old 450.
Cheater! Oh, am I supposed to not be here?
Bought a 125 gauge. And then also, I got a factory Yosh butt plug. So those are pretty much the 2 mods I've done to the bike. Getting the tire off. I'm being that lazy rider again where I'm not doing anything. Can you see it? So I was actually happy that I did skip practice. It looked pretty muddy. We got Derek Anderson out there that he looks like he's having a whole lot of fun. And then this guy coming up on the 2-stroke, that's Tucker Say. He did that man versus moto with Derek as well, and it was just a mud fest, so I bailed. So looking back, I wish I would have road practice. I would have gotten a little bit of feel for the terrain and how the track was, because I was timid. I didn't know where the mud was, where the lines were, so it was hard for me to just go out swinging, and it seems like as I'm getting older, I'm becoming more and more timid, so it was kind of a bummer. I ended up struggling and falling down a couple times, and then always trying to come through the pack. Didn't get any arm pump, and I felt strong, but even in the pro class, they only give you like 6 laps, which is silly. I would wish we would at least 20 minutes. And quite honestly, you guys have probably heard me say how mental this sport is to begin with. And I'm not sure I'm racing for the right reasons. It's just, I think it might be just comfortable for me. I guess the only analogy that I can come up with that helps explain the reason why I continue to race is Plato's allegory of the cave. And if you haven't heard of it before, basically he suggests you have prisoners from birth chained to a wall where all they can see is shadows projected onto the wall by a fire that they cannot see. So to them, this is a reality, and what they hear amongst themselves, they believe it's the shadows talking, because they've never had a human interaction before, because they can't see anything besides the shadows on the wall. So they have no understanding of the outside world or the world at all. Plato goes on to say if a prisoner was able to escape the cave, they would be so terrified of the outside world, they would run back to the comforts of the chains and the cave and the shadows. And Jesus, I can't believe that I'm even using that analogy to explain why I'm racing, because I've done it for so long. I don't really know what else to do on a motorcycle. And you've probably heard this saying before, but it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And so what you're about to hear is just real talk of me in between the motos, just kind of going, what the do I even want to continue to race? Is this even something that I continue to enjoy doing? So, full warning, more sourpuss Johnny. Food if you need it.
I'm starving.
Yeah, I'll give you some. No,
I got some jerky.
How was the
hold you over?
I kind of rode a little bit like a pussy. Like the first lap or so, I'm like, I don't really know where the lines are, where the mud is. I mean, it took me a couple laps to get it down. But then the race was over by the time I started feeling yeah. But I think I got 6th or something. And the traction control, I don't think is the the ticket. I thought it might help in this mud, but it's just bogging me down more. And if I try to ride a little bit higher gear, it's not helping.
Well, I think it's just spinning.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not, you need to be spinning, but it's trying to like grab the whole
You
time.
don't think that clutch is bad, do you? With 13 hours on it? I mean, I used to change it all the time, but...
Yeah, but you rode 50 hours a week.
Yeah, true. But I know those guys
I'll
like
take
Anderson and them just freaking off. But
Anderson,
he checked,
next level.
he was
checked
on,
out.
yeah.
Todd wasn't doing great, but it was...
So Todd was second?
Yeah. Well, no, I think a guy on that two-stroke got around him. On that Suzuki.
On the Suzuki? Oh, so Tucker Say got around him?
Oh, that's Tucker Say?
Yeah.
He got around him.
Dude, riding a two-stroke in this mud's got to be kind of...
I would think it'd
I
be
don't know,
the
you're
best.
saying you thought it was better.
Well, yeah, because you got all that wheel spin. You can stay on top of it.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll go have fun the next one. But here, let me give you some.
Fucking shit is like clingy as hell.
Yeah.
Go straight.
Yeah, I feel straight. So the day just seemed to just get more and more frustrated, and again, dude, it's one of those things where if you're not really feeling it, sometimes it's best to just call it a day. And we'll see if I continue doing more and more racing. I definitely need to just find the joy in it and pushing the envelope. Not sure if I'm wanting riding in general, motorcycles in general, to be that for me anymore. It's been that way forever. And yes, this is just me just continuing to... That flagger almost got hit. I'm glad I didn't jump that. Just continuing to be sour. And again, I'm using this as a therapeutic response. I mean, racing has... It takes more than it gives.
Engler trying to hold off Jenner Brooks. It's like Marcus Money coming around in
So are you filming or?
eighth spot.
Oh. So
Wyatt Campbell
I don't know if it's gonna be able to hear
in
me.
eighth.
So I got my butt kicked again. And I keep telling myself No, you're good, Riley. Just got done with my 450 Pro moto and crashed a couple times. And I remember all the... I've never done super well here. I've won a couple times, but I've mostly struggled when I got up here. This would be a good indication of where I'm at for the national. But man, I never ride anymore. And I guess I'm just trying to almost find myself. It seems like I don't care anymore. And so, I got my ass kicked, and I'm nowhere near how fast I used to be, or even close. And I think this national is going to be the last year that I even race one. I never thought I was going to race a national again, and I keep saying that. But this is a good indication of perhaps passing of the torch, where I need to emotionally understand that I'm not at the level that I used to be. Yeah, I've got some injuries that make it hard to use some of the controls, but it seems like motorcycles, your ego is so 100% with these things that you never want to give up. Some of the riders that I used to beat, I feel still have no business even being close to me, and it just sucks.
White flag out, good Shum up front.
I'm almost being out at the races anymore. It's almost depressing. From you used to be at a level and then now you're clearly not, and perhaps it's my body, my equipment, or you know what? It's not even the equipment. It's me. It's completely 100% me. And I just need to accept it. And so I thought I could maybe get into the national, you know, like I used to. But it's going to take a fucking miracle at this point for me to have my lap times be there. And now I almost feel more of a worried about embarrassing myself as a rider. And I know there's people behind my corner where it doesn't matter, but you know, it matters. I try to promote myself, or I've been a pro for a long time, and yeah, now I'm giving back to the community, but it makes me, what even is the right word? Not compliment, but baby, what's the word when you trying to make a decision between two? Contemplate. It makes me contemplate whether even racing at that level is even plausible. I know I keep trying to just go out there and have fun, but man, getting your ass kicked is not fun. Falling down a couple times and finishing 15th is not fun. I know this is just a pro-am. I know how much time I used to just live around the sport with training and making sure the equipment is up to par. And I was never talented enough to just run what you brung. I always felt that I had to have some of the best equipment that I could possibly have in order to give me some confidence to go race and compete at the best I could be. And now that I don't have that anymore, I'm using it as an excuse, and there's no excuses anymore. It's just my days of being one of the top riders in Colorado have come and gone, and it's more of a passing of a torch now. I'm frustrated, and I'm lost, and I've been lost for a long time, and I thought I was done racing and I was done riding bikes, and it seems to just keep coming back into my life. So, oh God, we'll see how the national goes. So actually, we'll see how these next two motos go. A 6th and a 15th, it's not good. Anyway, I guess I need to just enjoy it and just have fun and let go of trying to ride with those guys that are still chasing it as their dream. But I'm done. So I had my little fit earlier. I think I'm going through menopause. Johnny, getting ready to turn 29, is becoming a crybaby, apparently. I'm just gonna go out there, have some fun, and try to get better at 6. So, try to turn riding into fun. Let's see what happens.
Destined to protect the people of New York.
I tried, but I don't think so. Maybe it was me who was fucking up. I gave all I could give, but it seems like it never really was enough. I feel left out. I don't see how my whole life can change in 1 week.
I believe holding your pro card just is more of like a brotherhood, because we've all shed blood to get there with injuries. So this was my best moto of the day. Todd got by me and so did Derek. And speaking of just injuries, I remember Todd being in a coma because somebody was going backwards on the track and ended up hitting him head on. And then Derek, one of his almost career-ending injuries, was breaking his back at Lakewood. And then Tucker Say, who's right behind me, he ended up breaking both of his legs and having to learn how to walk again at Glen Helen. I'm not willing to push that edge anymore. I just feel, trying to push that edge for $150 just isn't worth it anymore. And again, what I just keep reiterating is racing has just been a job for too long, and I want it to be back when I was on 85s, where I just got on my dirt bike to get away, to literally lose myself. And somewhere down the road, I ended up actually losing myself and making it more of a job, especially when I started making money at it. And I could say, hey, you know, this month I paid rent racing. It just all got out of hand, and I wanted to get back to, I just come out and look at the track and be like, man, I can't wait to get out there because it rained and the ruts and the traction are going to be awesome. And unfortunately, it's not that way anymore. And I know I took a couple of years off just because of the fact that I had to, because of all the surgeries that I was having. And racing, as soon as I get on a dirt bike, I want it to be back to where it used to be. I used to be up front with these guys, and you know, it's only been a lap right now and they're pretty much gone from me. And I know it's got some stuff to do with the paralysis of my foot. It makes it hard to use my rear brake, but again, that's just an excuse. You can see I'm actually out here racing, you know, so I always was a big believer that you come back stronger. The guy that digs for gold and gives up, the next guy, he was an inch from getting that gold. So you never ever give up. And may it just be that I'm just so jaded, I've lost the sense of reality, especially when it comes to riding dirt bikes. Or maybe it's been the sheer fact that, oh, here comes Tucker Seo, that two smoke. Just let him over. And, you know, granted, I'm just gonna flat out say it. I'm fucking scared to get hurt again. I've been hurt too many times. It seems things have not gone my way multiple times, so I've completely changed my attitude as far as you're gonna be better than what you were before. Sometimes you don't get up quite the same, whether it's a head injury or what. But in my case, I'm, lack of a better word, just lost. And yes, I keep repeating myself, and you know, this was more of a depressing video blog compared to some other people's. Maybe I should have been starting doing this stuff when I was in my prime and I was really hauling butt and I was really putting a bunch of money towards this and I was riding every day. It would have been a lot more fun to see the places I've been, the people I raced against, the experiences. And now this is coming from a very salty Johnny Hopper that's at the end of his career, that is trying to find the love and joy of what motorcycles gave him from the very beginning. And the chances of me making Lakewood after this weekend sincerely made me feel like, gosh, maybe I shouldn't even show up, you know. And I'm still gonna try my best and show up. I know I can throw down a couple laps, but I feel more comfortable riding like where I'm at right now. I think I'm in 5th place right now, right around 85% or so of me, and I never got arm pump, and I never felt like I pushed it too far. But damn, I can't stay away. I don't know what it is, but just that level of just fear, of just those emotions that come when you're on the gate, where you're not sure if this is going to work out the way it was planned. Just I feel I've been addicted to that for too long, and maybe coming back to, well, thanks for watching, guys. If you like this and you want to see one at Thunder Valley this for the National, just let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. Remember, I've got that giveaway going on for 10,000 subscribers, giving away those goggles. Till next time, this is Johnny Hopper. Brah!